RHOC, Vicki Gunvalson gets petty, belittles Alexis Bellino's career. Vicki Gunvalson may be a friend of the Real Housewives of Orange County since season 14, but that has not stopped her from stirring the drama on and off screen. With every new episode, the OG of the OC seems to be weighing in on her new podcast or social media. Now, Alexis Bellino has found herself in her crosshairs over her latest outrageous claims about the show. Alexis Bellino gets roasted after calling RHOC her career. After being dubbed the most hated Real Housewives villain ever, Alexis took to her Instagram page to try to tell her truth. In the post, she claimed that Bravo was intentionally making her look bad and fans would eventually learn the truth. She also revealed she was going to start posting weekly recaps so she could let fans know her side of every episode. After a decade away, Alexis returned to the show as a friend, amid news she was dating RHOC mainstay Shannon Beater's recent ex, John Jansen. Fans and her bestie, Vicki, rallied around Shannon after Alexis and John came for her again and again. Taking on Shannon in season 18 with her planned outlines was nothing compared to their next move. While cameras rolled, she and John threatened to release video of Shannon from the night of her DUI unless she paid back a $75,000 loan, which Emily Simpson confirmed is commonly known as extortion. Vicki Gunvalson mocks Alexis Bellino's career. As Alexis' post quickly went viral, fans flocked to social media to bash her and her message. Everywhere but on her post, since she turned her Instagram comments back off. One commenter compared Alexis to former RHOBA star Brandi Glanville, saying housewives make a fortune on the show, but when they know the messed up they immediately start blaming producers. Vicki responded to the comment, suggesting her time on the show might be short-lived. She didn't make a fortune this season. She was cast as a friend only, noted the OG. If she thinks RHOC is a career, she has a rude awakening. I don't think she's ever had a career. Maybe she should consider getting one because, hopefully, this is a one-season appearance. Career. The Kodo Insurance Queen added. Vicki Gunvalson reveals how much friends get paid. Even though Alexis filmed as much as the full-time RHOC stars, being a friend is a pay-to-play position. This means you only get paid if you show up. Vicki was also quick to point out that friends make very, very little. Vicki Gunvalson wasn't one to hold her tongue, and her time on The Real Housewives of Orange County had proven just that. But recently, a conversation at a glitzy charity event had taken a turn. What began as an innocent exchange quickly became a tense moment where the notoriously outspoken Vicki couldn't resist letting her feelings about Alexis Bellino's career surface. It was an evening meant to be about giving back, but as the women mingled in their designer dresses and sparkly heels, the underlying tensions bubbled to the surface. Vicki, now a seasoned veteran of the RHOC drama, found herself standing with a few of the other ladies near the hors d'oeuvres table when Alexis walked up. The blonde bombshell, once the picture of bubbly naivety, had come a long way since her first season on the show, but she was still a target in Vicki's eyes. "I'm so glad you could make it tonight, Alexis," Vicki said with a sugary sweet smile, but there was an edge to her tone that didn't escape the other women in the group. "Thank you, Vicki. I wouldn't miss it for the world. It's for a good cause, after all," Alexis replied, her voice cheerful but guarded. Alexis knew well enough by now that Vicki's niceties often came with a side of sarcasm. "Oh, I know," Vicki replied, taking a sip of her wine, her gaze flicking over Alexis. "You're all about the causes these days, huh? How's your career going, by the way?" Alexis paused, her smile faltering ever so slightly. "It's great. I've been really focused on my business and working with the kids. You know, making a difference." Vicki tilted her head slightly, narrowing her eyes as she let out a small, almost imperceptible scoff. "Oh yeah, making a difference. That's what we all strive for. But I mean really when you're in a career that revolves around being, well, let's just say, being visible," she trailed off, the implication heavy in the air. The other women nearby, sensing the tension, exchanged nervous glances. Tamra Judge, who had been watching from the sidelines, knew what was coming next. Vicki didn't hold back when she wanted to make a point. And Alexis, in her attempt to rebrand herself and move away from her sorority girl image, had become a convenient target. Alexis tried to keep her composure, but the sting of Vicki's words was undeniable. "I don't think you understand, Vicki," she said, her voice firm now. "What I do is important, and it's not just about being seen. I work hard at my brand. I've built it from the ground up." Vicki's lips curled into a smug smile as she crossed her arms over her chest. "Oh, I get it. But sweetie, it's not exactly rocket science, is it? I mean, you're selling? What was it again? Oh, right, dresses and accessories. I guess it's cute, but I wouldn't exactly call it a career." Alexis's face flushed with frustration, and a wave of heat washed over her as she tried to keep herself in check. "You have no idea what it takes to build something successful from scratch, Vicki. I don't need to explain myself to you. I'm proud of what I've accomplished." Vicki leaned in, her voice dripping with a playful malice. "Oh, I know you're proud, Alexis. That's the thing with you. Always so proud of those little things you've done. But let's face it, anyone can sell some cute accessories on a website and call it a business. It's not exactly groundbreaking stuff." The words cut deep, and Alexis's eyes sparkled with barely contained anger. The room grew silent, the other women unsure whether to intervene or let the two go at it. Vicki was on a roll, and once she started, there was little stopping her. It wasn't enough that Alexis was a part of the group. No, Vicki had to make her feel small, to remind her who was the real powerhouse on this show. "Maybe you should take a page out of my book, Alexis," Vicki said, a smirk tugging at the corner of her lips. "I've built a real empire. I've been in the insurance business for years. You know, making money, helping people, that's real work." Alexis's voice wavered, but she held her ground. "I don't think you have any idea what it's like to be a woman in business today, Vicki. You think it's just about selling insurance, but it's about adapting to the market, being innovative, and connecting with people. Maybe you should try learning something new for once instead of resting on your old laurels." The group fell completely silent. Tamra looked at Vicki, half expecting a rebuttal, but Vicki seemed momentarily taken aback. She was used to putting Alexis down, but Alexis wasn't the same woman she had been. She had matured, grown more confident, and wasn't willing to let Vicki's cheap jabs slide anymore. For a brief moment, the atmosphere in the room was heavy with tension. Then Vicki, never one to let a challenge slide, finally gave a short, mocking laugh. "Oh, Alexis, you really think you've got it all figured out? Bless your heart. You keep telling yourself that." Alexis clenched her jaw, but her expression was cold and composed. "I don't need your validation, Vicki. I'm doing just fine without it." Before Vicki could respond, Tamra stepped in, her voice light and teasing. All right, ladies. Let's not ruin this beautiful evening. Maybe we should all just enjoy the party and leave the career advice for another time." Vicki, always the queen of deflection, turned her attention to another conversation. But her words hung in the air like a dark cloud, and the women around them exchanged wary glances. The moment was a reminder of Vicki's long history of using her sharp tongue to belittle those she didn't quite understand or felt threatened by. As Alexis walked away, a feeling of satisfaction washed over her. Vicki may have tried to tear her down, but Alexis wasn't so easily rattled anymore. She had learned from the best, and now she was ready to show everyone just how far she'd come. It was a petty, childish spat, but in the world of the Real Housewives of Orange County, it was just another reminder of why Vicki Gunvalson had such a reputation for stirring the pot. And Alexis Bellino, for all her cute accessories and business ventures, was a woman who had learned to take on the challenge headfirst.